Hello everyone, welcome to Star Trek Armada 3. So, as I did promise towards the end of the Federation playthrough of Star Trek New Horizons, I did say that I was going to branch out a little bit from Stellaris, and this is the beginning of a playthrough of Star Trek Armada 3, which is a total convergent mod for Sins of a Solar Empire. It's a wonderful real-time strategy game that we are going to explore together. So I am playing as the Borg, arguably one of the hardest factions. So in Star Trek Armada 3, you have the Federation, the Klingons, the Romulans, the Cardassians, and the Borg. Borg are arguably the hardest because their ships and actually everything for the Borg is a lot more expensive than for the other races. But if you can hold out, the end game becomes very, not very simple, but it becomes much easier because you become a powerhouse, and your destructive power of the Borg is, of course, much greater than that of the other factions or empires or whatever you would like to call it, civilizations. So we're going to start. I'm playing on a vast map, so there's 162 planets. There's only one star, so if you're confused, we'll go through that, and you'll see that as we go. So we start here, as you can kind of see through this menu. We start here at a central planet. This is our capital. And from there, we need to jump to other planets and eventually find the star and eventually find other factions or empires. And then basically as the Borg, we need to conquer them. If you were playing as a Federation, you could go through a diplomatic or a research victory type playthrough. But as the Borg, we basically just need to conquer everyone. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, so you notice here is our capital planet. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send out some scout ships. So we do start off with some scout ships. We have 2 pyramids, we have 3 interceptors, and we have 2 scout cubes. And these are, I'm going to enable them to detect cloak and send them to investigate. So if we go up here, we'll see that we can't really see anything else around. And now our scout cubes, once they, start moving, well, maybe I'll send them out myself. You go, and the other one's now moving. Okay, perfect. Just needed some time to think. So, another kind of feature of this game is that you can have capital ships. So that's what I'm going to build now. You do need to research them, but we can start off with the trapezoid. So I'm going to go for trapezoid. So as you see, we've reached a new place, and we now see a little bit more. So we have a ship there and a ship there, and but we can see there are some ships that are going to attack my cube, my scout cube. So all of these planets that are currently not controlled by one of those factions that I mentioned, these are neutral ships, neutral factions, and they will attack anyone who enters their domain. Basically, we can destroy them and then colonize these planets, and that's what we're going to do. So our trapezoid will take a little bit of time to complete, but once it does, we will then have a wonderful ship in order to expand. And basically the trapezoid, it's each type of capital ship is different, and the big thing for the trapezoids is that they can colonize. So yeah, so we've moved on. So for example, we've jumped to this planet and we can see that there are 4 other connections, but we can't get there, or we don't know what those planets are like yet. And these neutral ships are moving to attack the scout cube, and the scout cube is now picking its next destination. Something that I'm going to do, because scouting is very important in the beginning, is I'm going to try and get 2 more scout cubes. So you can see here that it now says in the bottom right hand corner that it is insufficient fleet capacity. So we do have fleet capacity and capital ship capacity, and in order to increase that, we actually need to research it. So I am going to increase our logistics. That increases our free. Oh, we need. Ah, I see. We forgot to build our research structures, those are important. So let's go to our planetary logistics, and let's build an adaptation node, and we need an assimilation node, but we don't have enough here we don't have enough logistics slots available in this planet, so we need to upgrade by researching logistics. And then here we can build an assimilation node as well, which is great.
We serve the collective.
So that we serve the collective means a new ship has been built. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Where are scout cubes? Here you are. Go explore and detect cloak vessels. So those will be helpful if we meet, for example, the Klingons or the Romulans. So our capital ship has been built. This is what it looks like. This is the trapezoid. If you played Star Trek Armadas 1 and 2, especially number 2, you will recognize this. And I want it to... So these are some special abilities that it has that we can upgrade, and I want it to assimilate planets. So what I'm going to do is send it, for example, here. This should be very easy to take, especially for just the trapezoid class by itself. Notice we have 20,000 hull for this class. Others, so if you look at normal ships, once that one jumps, I'll be able to show you something more normal.
Proceed to sector.
Yeah, there we go. We are warping.
Station construction complete.
So these have, for example, 2,000 hull. So our trapezoid is has 10 times the hull strength of those smaller ships. So negotiation is irrelevant, of course, but we do have other types of research here: assimilation research, fortification or defensive research, and adaptation research. I'm going to go for let's go for the dodecahedron class. This will give us access to a dodecahedron class ship. And let's also go for localized maintenance, which increases our hull points. For these, we have two... yeah, so this is our trapezoid in... Oh, it is attacking things. So for example, this cruiser that's trying to get away, well, not only trying to get away, it's also trying to get enough space to then come back and attack. So we also want to... yeah. So fortunately, our capital ships especially, although I think most ships have this ability, it can attack multiple ships at the same time. So we're going to take over this planet. And you might be asking, well, why should we take over planets? I mean, yes, we are the Borg, but in Star Trek Armada 3, what's the purpose of taking over planets? Besides, for example, being able to explore the planets and maybe finding special artifacts that will help your empire, your faction, it also gives you access to more resources. So if you look here, for example, you can build tritanium nodes as the Borg, which is one of the resources in the game. That's this resource here. And the other one is dilithium, and we can build a dilithium node as well. So we are... Great, so our research just finished for the dodecahedron. For fortification, let's go for a defensive node. Adaptation, oh, we can go for the collective experience, which improves the level of, or specializations. Let's go for the specializations, because this helps us with this extracting resources. You're going here. Oh, don't run all the way over there. I mean, attack. what I'm also going to do is bring over these ships, which I should have done
We wish to improve ourselves.
From the beginning.
Proceed to sector.
So those ships, let's have you all move together. And once they get there, I'm actually going to create a fleet. So we can move these ships as, yeah, as we want, basically. We can move these ships and form them into fleets so that they fight together, they move together. Like, for example, sometimes in Star Trek you heard them referred to as task forces. That same thing is true for this game. So those fleets are like those task forces. Oh, this fleet has been boarded.
Additional technology acquired.
Why does it say board? So in the bottom right, it says boarded in green letters, right down here.
Technology acquired.
And I didn't think that this ship could board others. Oh, okay, so interceptors. So this is my fleet now, and I'm going to create a fleet. So tactics management, create fleet. So this here, now these ships will move together. Or I can select this, and it selects all of the ships. Let's have them attack this cruiser. And we can also see our... So the Borg ships do not have shields of any kind. Unlike all of the other ships that you will find in the game. But we can see, for example, down here, we'll see information. You'll see percentages. That's how much hull each of those types of ships have left. So 88% or 98%. Yep, and they're attacking this ship. And that ship is almost destroyed. It's able to run far, actually. 160. It's now been destroyed. Okay, so here I'm also going to upgrade the civic infrastructure. So at the moment we can see that there's an undevelopment tax rate, and I want that to definitely be at 0, but actually the higher the better, because it will give us more credits, and also it will give us more or like better, it won't be a drain on our resources. We definitely don't want that. Let's move there now and try and take this planet. So here, what I'm also going to do, let's go for the logistical development, and then I definitely want 2 more adaptation and assimilation nodes. These are our research buildings, and I definitely want those because, for example, anything past this grey mark we cannot research because it says, look, requires 2 adaptation node structures. I'm reading down here, and yeah, we definitely want to be able to research that stuff. Let's go for that. So we do have access to a market up here. We can buy and sell things. So buying in red, selling selling in green here. And down here, this is the pirates. So there are pirates within... So this is a black market where we buy and sell. And the pirates will attack people. You can give, for example, increased bounties against the others, these other factions or empires or whatever you'd like to call them. Otherwise, they will just randomly pick one and attack. The other nice thing about Borg ships is that they repair themselves very quickly. Once they're out of combat. So we're going to have you attack that ship. Then I want you to attack that one, then that one, then the one next to it. If I can get them. So these are Breen privateers. Oh, no, sorry, that one. And then attack the Gortan cruiser, which again is Breen privateers, and then we will go there. Okay, so can I now build here? Can I now build? I can. one there, and I need more dilithium. What we can also do is speed up this game. So I'm playing on the at a speed of 1. So for example, let's... Oh, that's not what I meant to do, sorry. Attack that cruiser. Then attack the destroyer if it's still alive, and then attack that cruiser.
State objective.
Yeah, look, so we can... Ooh. So they're chasing after this cruiser here. It seems to be holding up relatively well. Oh, and this one has now come in range. Oh no, that's the destroyer from before, which has just been destroyed. And as has this cruiser. So now, oh, and I think one of ours has as well. So yes, we only have 1 pyramid and 2 interceptors. We started off with 2 pyramids and 3 interceptors. Okay, so let us zoom out.
Station construction complete.
Great, station construction complete. We can probably build the other one now. Yes, we can. So I will put that there.
Activate all alcos.
So it looks like we're going to lose another interceptor very soon. But the trapezoid is still at 88%, so that's still fine. In fact, I might move the trapezoid round by itself.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
What are these? Energy allocators. It's a unicomplex. Okay. What else can we build here? We could build some dodecahedrons. Actually, that would be a good idea. Fleet Roll is an anti-fighter destroyer. We have a planetary assimilator, which is a colonizer, but does nothing else. Actually, maybe let's go for the let's go for the interceptors, and they're very expensive for being starting level ships. But there's nothing we can really do about that. Okay, so this fleet here. Yep, we've lost one of the other interceptors. You let us assimilate that planet.
We are one.
Uncapturable. Let's leave fleet. These two, I'm actually going to send you back here. You're going to defend our home world. And our trapezoid is just going to... Oh, we need colonization 1 research to colonize that. So let's go here.
Instructions received.
And I think the trapezoid will be fine by itself. We can always have it retreat if not. Great, so what can we do? We could research the collective experience, rate level cap increase, and that helps all of our capital ships. Nothing else really can be researched at the moment. I'm going to increase the speed. So +8. Let's look at our fleet. How are you doing? Can we do anything here? Yes. So beam amplification. This improves the damage of our weapons. Let's do that. Let's have you go against the Zalconian warship first. And then, oh, attack that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, and then that one. Just because I'm putting it in this order doesn't necessarily mean that the ships will be destroyed in this order. So it could be, for example, that because it can attack multiple ships at the same time, these several will be there at roughly the same time. It will focus on the one that's targeted, but that doesn't guarantee that that will be the first one destroyed. Harvesting device. Debris located. Retract harvesting device. Resources will be reallocated. This is very nice. So whenever you destroy a ship, for example, it will leave debris around, and this trapezoid vessel can harvest that. Siege beam. And collective coordination. So the nice thing also, so now that we've captured these two planets at least, we'll capture that one eventually. They are now ours, and they just can't be taken over by, for example, this Tal Shiar scout. Yeah, for example, this Talon scout, Talon class scout vessel, which is obviously of Romulan design. They have to be bombarded first. You have to basically destroy all of the defensive structures and take over the planet and all of that all at the same time. And then make sure that them destroy basically until the planet is uninhabited before you can take it over. That's called sieging a planet, and that was what the siege beam was referring to. So it does 250 damage per second, and for a duration of 5 seconds. Where are you going? Oh, I see. They're running away. Actually, why don't we bring this trapezoid back, attack that ship. This ship will then turn around when it's seen that it's not being followed. Because what it's trying to do is go away and then a strafing pattern against this. That's how that type of ship fights. So look, it's turning around already, because now it has enough distance. But we're still able to fire from behind. I mean, we are the Borg. We can fire in many directions. So what else can we do? Can't build any of this stuff yet. We haven't actually researched it. Planetary defenses, progenitor matrix, transwarp gates. So we can build transwarp gates as well. That's very good. Defensive nodes. That's something to keep in mind. Let's go for the colonization 1. That will help us with other things. Regeneration node. Let's go for that. And here, let's go for the obelisk. They'll eliminate hostile colonies designated unworthy of assimilation. So it's a siege unit. Although we could go for let's go for beam amplification again to get to level 2. And let's go for the hull and the antimatter injectors. So that increases the amount of antimatter for special abilities, which is what, for example, this requires. This requires 90 antimatter here and has a cooldown of 120 seconds. So we are attacking these warships. In fact, you go back and attack that one. Now that they're close enough, we'll fire on all of these. Let's increase the speed as well. Twice the speed. And we're doing more damage than they're doing to us, which is very good. We can also train them. Let's do that. Let's give them some training. So what else can we do? Not much. We're still missing. Oh, this is 4 levels. Okay. And this is assimilation node. Oh, increases armor. Let's do that. Actually, well, I'm going to have this retreat. They're doing too much damage to that ship for my liking. It's already at half. And I don't want to lose my only capital ship already. Okay. So you come here. You will repair. I mean, you'll naturally repair on your own. What we could also do is now we have the regeneration node. Let's put one of those there. It will be built. And then it will also help to regenerate the hull of this vessel. And what I'm going to do, I think, is take all of my ships here. Oh, in fact, we did just give this training, which means it has another skill point. Let's go for the collective coordination skill. So it increases decreases bombardment countdown, reduction damage, armor increase, max hull points increased as well. So that's all very nice and very useful things for this vessel. We should also build some more vessels. So, frigates. At the moment, I think the interceptors are probably the best, considering we don't have access to any of our cruiser class yet. Let's go for another one of you. So let's take all of our ships from here. So that's an interceptor, a pyramid, and the 5 interceptors, 1 pyramid, and the trapezoid. Let's create a fleet. So you are, yes, trying to repair, or trying to help repair this vessel. And these ships are forming up on the trapezoid. Here, let's look at... Oh, we can now... You know what we can do? Is go here, because we did get level 1 colonization. And this is completely free. We can easily take this. So I'm just setting my ships to all grouped. They will all jump at the same time. You are going to attack Task Force 27, which is a Federation empire. That's fine. Fine by me. I won't stop that. Collective experience, max trainable level bonus. Let's do that one again. And actually, let's go for that as well. Okay, so that is our ability to assimilate this planet. It has now been assimilated. I'm going to sell off some tritanium. That way we can go give it at least 1 level. Let's go again. So 2 levels. So, who have we found so far? We have found the 8th Order, which is a Cardassian faction. Here is the Legio, which is Hot Class, Imperial Fleet Arms. These are Romulans. This is a Imperial Constructor, Presidential Battle Station, Hot Class, Talon Class. This is also Romulan here. And it looks like... it looks like this is our only scout cube left, and it's almost dead. So going through all of these with all of these neutral planets can become, yeah, difficult. I mean, for our scout cubes that have nothing and no one to rely on, basically. We also need... I'm going to sell some more tritanium. Let's do 1 research there and 1 there. So those are our 2 types of research station: an adaptation matrix, adaptation node, and assimilation node.
By your command.
And let's jump back. There's 4 warships. Let's try it with these reinforcements that it has. I think it will be fine. Oh no, hold on. You still need some time to regain hull strength. So what we're going to do is specifically go to the regeneration node here, which will help it heal or repair faster. And then... Oop, eradication protocol. Distributive radioactive... No, let's not do that yet. Let's go here to our regeneration node. That should help. Yep, it has helped a bit. Oh, and this fleet is now going to attack this Talon class vessel. Oh, didn't need to. Our Unicomplex did that. So within the capital planet, they always for example, a starbase of some kind is always created. In our case, as the Borg, we are the Unicomplex, and this can be upgraded by three different levels, I believe. 4 different levels. To increase damage, to increase lots of everything, basically. So this fleet, you're at 74%. Okay, you here. Well, we can go for another civic infrastructure. That will give us more population, which also means more credits. And logistical development, we didn't need that to place those two. Yeah, there's no more asteroids, assembly matrices. Nope, those are all fine. I'm going to leave that for now. Because as the Borg, it's very difficult to have enough resources to do much of anything. I won't go for the obelisks yet either. Harmonic modulation. Not yet. That will help us to build unicomplices. Unified transwarp. Permit all unimatrixes to use transwarp gates. And that's the transwarp gate there. Assimilation. We could increase our damage again. Let's do that, actually. That's... For the Borg, that's important. Let's move these ones over here now. So we will take this planet, because it's very good. It has 2 asteroids of both tritanium and 2 of dilithium. So it'd be very good to have that, whereas this one only had 1 of each. This one had 2 tritanium, 1 dilithium, and this one had 2 tritanium, 1 dilithium. Generally, dilithium is the limiting factor in the game. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If so, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for another episode of Jamie Plays. Bye for now.